Please begin.
Okay, okay. Hello, good morning everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. Today we have scheduled webinar on communication, a tool of social conduct, which has been organized by Applied Sciences and Humanities Department of Parul Polytechnic Institute, Parul University. I, Vaishali Nathwani, would like to introduce today's guest speaker, Dr. Pragna Kaushik. She is doctorate in mass communication and former assistant professor in mass communication department GU SNT. She is an independent media educator, delivers expert lectures for college and university students on soft skills, PR and media literacy. She writes for different media portals, newspapers and magazines. She has been conducting webinars and seminars on media literacy and fact-checking trainings for the students of different universities and colleges and teachers of schools. She is also an advisory member in NEC team committee of SD Women College, Hansi. She has also been honored with Nari Samman by Pingshe National Foundation and from Women Dedication magazine. Sirsa for contributing towards media literacy and writing. It's a privilege to welcome you here, ma'am, on this platform.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone, and my gratitude to the Parul University and all the organizers and the faculty members who have invited me to present this lecture on communication or tool of social conduct. So, shall I share my PPT, ma'am?
Yes, sure, ma'am. You can start with the session.
Okay. Do let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Mm, yes. Please keep in
Okay.
presentation mode if
Okay.
possible.
Is it
Perfect.
in presentation mode now?
Yes, but it is
Okay.
second slide. Okay, ma'am?
It is first slide. Okay, this is the
Yeah.
first slide.
Yes,
Right.
perfect.
Right. So let me start with the topic. This is communication, a tool of social conduct. Bill started with the statement, "You cannot not communicate." It's very simple line, but you can say it is axiom said by Mr. Paul Watzlawick, Australian American family therapist, psychologist, communication therapist, and philosopher. He commented this for the family setup. It's not possible that you are not communicating anything in any setting. You are communicating, so it is not in your control that you are not communicating anything. And how, that we will learn further. First of all, let me explain what exactly communication is. Communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. And there is also one saying that communication works for those who work at it. So that is also equally important. We need to work on our communication process, also understanding of communication. These are the three primary means of communication: verbal, nonverbal, and visual. Verbal communication is verbally when you are expressing yourselves, your words are delivering the meaning. And nonverbal communication is the communication which occurs when meaning or messages are sent or received without any words. Visual communication is a use of visual and elements to convey ideas and information. These are very simple um, means of communication, which is, we all are very much familiar with this. And speaking is also a form of communication. Speaking, a sustained formal presentation by a speaker to an audience, is simply one form of human communication. Speaking skills are defined as the skills which allow us to communicate effectively. They give us the ability to convey information verbally and in a way that the listener can understand. Even we see when a child is born, his cry gives a message to other people. Without even uttering a word, a child is giving and conveying the message that now the child is okay. And gradually he learns words from his parents and the family setup or the surroundings around him. Words can heal. Do have effect and impact. What kind of words you're using for any person or the person with whom you're communicating, they do have effect. These pictures show how these words are having the effect on these people. So choose your words wisely. Words can hurt. What words you heard? You may not be expressing the word which actually your expressions were something different, but accidentally, unintentionally, knowingly or unknowingly, you have expressed the word which is conveying something else. Again, you need to choose the words properly and wisely. Effective speaking. Overcoming fears, knowing your audience, knowledge about subject, personality, participation, and body language. These are the elements which help you to improve your speaking. Normally, a child you see that is sometimes is not very much familiar with the audience, familiar with the other people with whom the child is interacting. So he learns to speak with the family. He gains that confidence, and gradually there are many people who don't feel comfortable when they are speaking in public or they are in the group. So these are the elements which helps you to overcome the speech problems and speaking problems. This is the model which was given by the named as Johari window model. The Jory window is a technique designed to help people better understand their relationship with themselves and others. It was created by psychologist Joseph and Harrison Ingham. These are the names starting words. Jory is made by their initials of the first names of their first letters of both the names Johari. And this window, Johari's window, it helps you to understand yourselves and other people. First window is known to self, that is open. Things that are known by you and also seen by or acknowledged by others, known to others. This is simply which is visible to others also, and you also know about it. Unknown to self is blind. Blind window is that there's things that are unknown by you but seen and acknowledged by others. And hidden is things that are known by you but unknown to by others. Unknown to others. Here what these there are many things about ourselves which we know but we are not expressing in any way. So other people they know about they don't know about it, and unknown is neither you know about it nor others know about it. And someday we see sometimes we give the example, oh today only I came to know about myself this thing because after discussing with other person or in a situation you come to know about that. So this helps us to understand the better relationship in the society. These are the skills of the communication which are very important, and in any communication setting, that is listening, conciseness, clarity, confidence, emotional control, empathy, respect, and tone of the voice. Listening is very important. Whether what the other person is speaking, our focus is all the time what I have to speak, and we are ignoring what the other person has told us something. So whenever we are in any kind of communication setting, we need to understand to listen what other person is speaking. Only then we can understand the process of communication. Conciseness is when you are concrete about your content, what you have to speak, and clarity. There should be the message should go clearly to the person with whom you are communicating. Emotional control. Sometimes we are feelings. They overpower the actual content or the situation. So there you need to control your own emotions also. Your biasness, your own liking and disliking should not be there. And empathy, when you put yourselves in other person's situation and understand what the person means to say. Respect, this is very important element when we are discussing. Respect for each other is equally important to understand, and tone of the voice, that further we will discuss how it helps in understanding the communication process. These are the 7 C's of communication: clear, concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete, and courteous. Clear about the purpose, for whom you are communicating, what is the purpose, why you are there, what other person want other persons want from you to deliver something. Concise is a stick to the point and be brief. Concrete, to give clear picture of the content. Correct, authentic, errorless, avoid jargons. Coherent, relevant point related to the topic. It looks logical also. Com- Complete is everything audience need to know should be there. Courteous, friendly, respectful, and open to the views which others are going to give you. Now, this is also very important part of communication, that is paralanguage. The verbal register, intonation, articulation, pronunciation, tone, rhythm, dialect, enunciation, volume, quality, silence define the character of the communication impact as positive or negative depending on whether they facilitate or hinder the achievement of communication process. So everything which is in your speaking, or the words you're speaking, the words which you are not speaking, but the expressions which you are giving, your body language, everything is communicating something along with your words. It is not so much what we say as how we say it is equally important. Hello, is it audible? Hello,
Yes, ma'am, it is audible.
okay. Is it low? Voice is low?
No, no, perfectly fine, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So it is not so much what we say as how we say it that is very important. Paralinguistics is the study of the how to put it simply. And it is a kind of meta communication, a code that translates the words we are saying into what we really mean. Normally, we see when somebody has said something, after uh, speaking, they say, no, 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 I didn't mean to say that. Why? When you have already spoken, you have expressed yourself, you have used the words to express your feelings, then why again you are saying, I didn't mean to say so? It means you are still not able to express your thought to other person. So it is very important to understand how you are delivering it. We speak paralanguage when we gasp, sigh, clear our throats, change our tone, whisper or shout or emphasize certain words, wave our hands, frown, smile, laugh or cry, string vocal identifiers like and ah and like these are the sounds which convey parallelly the meaning which we may not be aware that knowingly and unknowingly we have sent the message to the receiver. And today, if we see the social media scenario, the social media algorithm is also affecting our communication process and also adding new dimensions to the paralanguage and affecting our thinking and decision making process. Self image and opinion about others we are making on the basis of social media engagements. For example, if suppose we see the photograph of our friend or the person to whom you have never met, and the person is on social media, and there you came to know about each other. So now you have started making your opinion about the person on the basis of the photograph, on the basis of the content he or she is writing. So the parallel social media algorithm is also giving you a paralanguage where you are just making your own opinions about other person to whom even you have never met, and or you have just read about them. So it is also a kind of language which is decoding many messages which can go against or in favor also. These are the difficulties in verbal communication. When we see specifically either you have the speech problem that can be treated medically also, but sometimes the speech problem comes due to the lack of confidence, inability to express for social interactions also. There are many people who are able to speak, but when they are in the society, they are in the social groups, they are not able to express themselves because they are not having that confidence. And what is the way to do that? If they are writing something and they are speaking it out, that helps them and express, whether verbally or in written, but try to express yourselves. Without expressions, one feels socially secluded also, specifically in today's digital era where we have seen many people, they are not on social media also, they in their routine work also, when they see that their friends, they are having groups, they are in the society where people are interacting and they're not expressing themselves, there they feel socially secluded sometimes. But it doesn't mean that they need to be there, but at least they should be expressing themselves. And my advice to those people is to take part in discussions also. Whether you're correct or not, you learn it. You learn it with discussion, you learn it with speaking, you learn it with expression. It can be your verbal expression, it can be your written expression also. When we were talking about the speech and confidence, the inability to express, that this is also one of the examples. Our actor Hrithik Roshan, he had some problem in speech therapy, and during his childhood, he learned it with practice. He controlled over her speech therapy, and now today we have seen the person there as he. The same was with Tiger Woods, and he also had such kind of speaking problem, and he used to be frightened when people used to ask him questions. But with the practice of speaking, the practice of communicating helped him to be there where is he today. Bruce Willis, he also had these involuntary disruptions, and he was not able to speak that properly. So again, these are examples. Anybody can have any kind of problem in speech, not only in speech but in writing also, but they learn it with the practice. Vincent Churchill, he also was having this problem, and as we know, he was an inspirational statesman, writer, orator, and leader who led Britain to victory in the Second World War. So, once a journalist said, Mr. Churchill is more often fighting himself than his enemies. So, this is also, again, these are the examples, the celebrities who fought with their problems of speech speech, but now they are successful people also, and they are giving examples how they can help themselves and others also. These are the tongue twisters. Just for the example, we can see that how the tongue twister helps in speech problem if the person is having. As we have given the example of Hrithik Roshan, he practiced a lot and right from the childhood we give these kind of tongue twisters in the classroom also, as these tongue twisters are given to the children to practice their speech. These like she sells seashells by the seashore. So these there are many other. These are just for the examples to improve the speech problems, to correct your speech problems. Now, when we were talking about social media, how it is helping, that social media algorithm is affecting our understanding about the communication. That is a setting where sometimes we say our perspective towards something is totally different, agreeing and disagreeing. I would like to mention here, this is the in the Bhakti Sutra of Narad Muni, Maharshi Narad's Bhakti Sutra. There was a statement in Sanskrit I would like to pronounce: Tal Shana Nivachyante Nana Mat Bhedat. There is difference and plurality of opinion. Yes, you can have different opinion, you can have different thoughts, and you may not agree with a particular situation, but that doesn't mean you're wrong or you should not be talking to the people. We have seen on certain topics, on certain situations, certain incidents, people, they do have different kind of opinion, and when you don't agree with each other, they stop speaking to each other. So this disagreement is becoming the problem in relationships also. So it is better we encourage constructive criticism and we agree to disagree, but relationship should must not suffer due to these disagreement. So this example we can see one person is standing on the left side and other is on the right side, and they both are perceiving the situation in their own way. You may continue your discussion, you may make other person understand, but if the person is having their own his own views, we cannot impose. It is better we accept there is difference and plurality of opinion, and we must respect other person's opinion too. This is also one of the statements which we hear from people, that there are many people who send emojis in expressing their views. They say that they don't know how to write. Okay, they are not expressing their views in words, but they have their own way of expression. And we say emojis don't have emotions, but they do have. We need to practice it to see from other perspective also. Break the barrier of the understanding. Emojis are, these are the non-verbal symbols which are giving you the signs. Definitely you need to understand those emojis also, and must read it for the good relations also. But considering it that it is not the expression of communication, that is our own, again, our views. So it is better we understand the situation. Here I would like to give you a situation regarding this. Why I have given this example? When we see the photograph, whether it is received on WhatsApp or any other social media platforms, we start observing the person on the basis of their photos, on the basis of their written communication. So what it can be, let us do this practice. This is a famous movie, everybody know Titanic, and what we can do similar to this, if we start this observing what actually was in the movie and how you can recreate the dialogues, how you can observe what your perspective is saying about it, you can practice about it and then can understand other person's perspective also. These are the few scenes of the movie Lagan. These two movie scenes I have taken. You can take any picture, like what the picture says. We do this as a in classrooms also. That what picture you are making a story out of the picture, so that your imagination, your creative skills, they are also simultaneously working upon your expression. This we know how the language developed, and this is just the example that what we are doing today. Now that we invented written communication, I'm afraid it will lead to texting, then ruin verbal communication. It we have seen many times. We are giving messages, we are sending on WhatsApp, on social media, on Messenger, but we don't talk to each other. We don't have enough time to verbally communicate. There is no, there is nothing equivalent to verbal communication. It is better we communicate. It is better in the real world also we communicate. A virtual world is different, but definitely it is affecting our today's life also. So understanding it for the betterment of the society, it is very important. And this is also a saying which the most important ingredient we put into any relationship is not what we say or what we do, but what we are. And if our words and our actions come from superficial human relations techniques, the personality ethics, rather than from our own inner core, others will sense the duplicity. We simply won't be able to create and sustain the foundation necessary for effective interdependence. Again, this is the same thing. Very important is to understand each other, the communication process, the communication which is actually helping also, but sometimes if we don't understand the body language, if we don't understand the para language, if we don't understand what other person can have the perspective regarding anything, then we may give wrong information, wrong message, and then again we are expressing, "Yeah, I didn't mean to say that." So to avoid that situation, to have better relationship, it is better to understand our communication process as well as other persons understanding about the situation. Give them the respect, understand them, and don't derive such meaning which are not meant, and don't interpret in other way round. That is all about today's presentation. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
I'm audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you are audible. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. So thank you so much,
I
ma'am.
have,
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes,
right, right. I have given the presentation. Let me know.
yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a beautiful presentation. The presentation will surely help our students.
I can see this is students who have all are on Facebook Live, or there also. Here also we have students.
No, ma'am. They are on Facebook Live only.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So they were listening to you on the Facebook Live.
right. Shall I leave now, or any question is
Yes,
there?
ma'am. There are two or three questions from our end.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes we help the students, right, for communication, but according to you, which is the right path or right method to
I'm not
help
getting
the
it
student.
exactly. A right method for what kind of communication?
Yes, the right method to improve the communication of students, ma'am.
Of students.
Yes, yes.
First of all, very important thing is reading and listening. Any language which we learn, we have seen many, even children, they don't know the language properly. They don't. For example, if I say my own example, we are in our house, in our family, we speak in Hindi. There are other families they speak Bengali, Tamil, any language. But the child who is born, he is not trained to speak a particular language. Why? Because in a family setup, he is learning it. Whatever language we are using, whatever language we are using for the communication, the child is learning. But when he goes to the school, there he systematically learns his own language. Why? We say the child already knew the language, but still he is committing mistakes while he is in the school and he is learning the subject. The reason is he has learned the language through listening only. So listening is such an important element of communication. First, you need to for understanding you need to listen that, and then read about that, and only then you can express yourselves. And especially if you want to learn other language, and if it is your own mother tongue or whatever language is common in your educational institution, there also you need to listen first, read about that, and then speak. Speaking comes after these two. You speak in front of your mirror also, you can speak in front of your friends, you can in a group also you can talk, and you practice a lot. Especially we have seen when we go for speech and presentations or debates, especially students, they practice a lot. They speak and listen to your words also. It is very important. When we speak, we don't listen to our words. It means not about hearing but about listening, understanding the meaning what we are speaking.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Fine. So, according to you, what makes the communication most effective?
I would like to know which kind of communication the person wants to know. Like, where is he student? Is
Yes, ma'am.
he
We are talking about students only.
in which condition? Like in the classroom or in the
During
group?
their placement, they have interview, right?
Okay. For the
Yeah,
placement.
yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Again, all those seven C's, you need to take care of each and every point which I have already given. Seven C's, how your clarity about the topic, how you're speaking, what words you're speaking. It should be concrete also. It should be to the point. There are many things, and if it is a group discussion, then how you're treating other person also, how you're leading the discussion towards the conclusion. So all these things matter a lot in that case, if it is for the interview purpose.
Okay. So I think we have ended here with the question and answer session, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, it was quite a beautiful presentation from your end, and you gave very well examples of practical examples of films, right?
Yeah,
So it
this is
was,
also very important. Why I have given, because these are the familiar films, famous films. I think
hmm,
everybody have must have seen or heard about it. But any picture you can see,
hmm,
and
hmm.
this is my advice to all the students who are I have seen, or even in schools also, students, they are on social media today. Social media is the present, you can say, reality. We are communicating on this digital platform, and on during corona we all were having our classes, we all were working from home on these platforms only, and on WhatsApp we were receiving messages. Today also we are receiving. So we are knowingly, unknowingly, willingly or unwillingly, these are the things which are which have become the part of our life. So my advice is, whatever you are using, whatever platform you are, on whatever platform you are, don't judge people with just a simple photograph, and you make your opinions, but it is better when you face to face talk to them. Before that, don't make opinions. I have seen many people, they start making opinion about other person, they judge them, and then they give their decisions about them. That is, it is a part only, not complete information. So it is better you communicate, you express, and share your feelings with other person.
Sure, ma'am. And this advice will surely help us. Uh, now, one or two questions are another, ma'am. We have received some
Sure.
questions. Yes. So one of them is how to communicate during social media while
This
using
is what I was telling. On the basis of my own experiences, I am telling you, I've seen people fighting over statements, people fighting over pictures, people are fighting over, suppose this is my post and somebody has commented, and then another person who is commenting over the comment of that person, despite the fact they both don't know about each other. So these are the etiquettes which you need to follow. Whatever condition is, you need to understand you are the friend of one person. You may not be friends with each other, but you are the friend of the one particular person, and it is very difficult situation for the person who is posting his post. It is their discussion should be healthy discussion, but not for the fighting purpose. As I told, agree to disagree. If we understand, we can have our own opinion. Everybody can have or his own opinion, and they have the right to express. Then there is no need to fight over the, and don't spoil your relationship because of all these matters which can be solved while you are speaking and expressing properly. And specifically about social media, use it for your benefit, use it for your studies purpose, education purpose, for good relations with other purpose, but not to spoil the relationship. Then it is better don't be there. It is better you understand other person.
yes, yes. So I think we can end the session here, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining with us today. It was very nice listening to you, and the presentation was very beautiful. And I would like to thank the head of our department, Mr. Hemal Patel, sir, the HOF of Institute, Dr. Jatin Vaidya, sir, and the president of university, Dr. Devanshu Patel, sir, for motivating and supporting us continuously in conducting such webinars. Thank you.
Himal Patel, I
Yes.
would like to see whether Himal Patel sir is there,
Yeah, he is there, ma'am.
but I can see him, neither I can listen.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Is he audible to you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
I'm
can you
hearing
switch
you.
on your camera? I would like to see because we have interacted, and I would like to see and interact also. Hello, sir. Good morning. Your voice is not audible.
I think it might be network issue, ma'am.
Okay. 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 Thanks a lot. Thank you, all the faculty members and organizers who have conducted this webinar for the students. And I hope students are going to take it and their benefit for the significance of the better communication. It is a practice. You practice reading, listening, writing, and all the points which I have told you, and then you will find some changes in your communication process. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so much, ma'am. Bye.